Hello, welcome back to another Blu-ray update video. This is for April of 2016. Before we get into it, there's not much here, but before we get into it, I've been toying with the idea of trying to change this series up a little bit. I've been doing Blu-ray update videos for, I guess, about 5 years now. Just past my my 5-year anniversary on YouTube, and I'm pretty sure my first Blu-ray update was at the end of 2011. So I've been following the same, pretty much the same process of making these videos. Once enough is built up, I show you what I've gotten, but most of the time I haven't seen what I'm showing to you, and I feel like it's so redundant that I'm like, hey, here's this film, I don't even know how to pronounce the title of it, don't know what it's about, but I have it, there you go. It doesn't seem to offer anything, whereas someone like, and I've said it again, someone like Dan Orton or James Merchant or Robbie Webster, who whenever they do their Blu-ray updates, they have something to say about the film because everything they show they've watched. And in Robbie's case, at least years ago, he used to only put a Blu-ray on the shelf once he'd watched it, and then it would be a part of his collection. I love that way of thinking, but I don't always have the time for it. So let me know if you'd like to see me do an extension of this, whereby I make a video where I'm sat here talking about the Blu-rays I've watched recently, which I might have shown you before, but I can now give you thoughts on the film. Something like that, like a roundup, like a what I've watched video. I haven't really done anything like that in a long time. I used to do Friday film reviews. Every Friday I talked about all the films I'd watched that week, and it was a really fun series to do, but it seemed to lose its steam when I ended up cancelling it because people weren't really commenting or anything. So give me your thoughts on that, give me your feedback, you can kind of decide the fate of that one. But as it is, here's my Blu-ray update. I have seen quite a few of these though, so I've got, in fact I'd say half, if not more than half, I've seen and can talk about. The first one obviously is the big one. Let's just get out of the way. Star Wars The Force Awakens. This is the Target edition from America. Haven't even begun to think about trying to get the 20 minutes of bonus features yet, exclusive to this edition. I'll try and figure that out at some point. Otherwise, I've watched all the special features, the documentaries. There'll be a full Blu-ray review of this as part of my Road to Episode 8 series very soon, so you can look forward to that. I'll talk about my thoughts on all the special features. In fact, you've already seen me vlog about all the special features, but you'll get an even more in-depth video on this very soon. And let's just get the glare perfect there. There we go. Just nope. Alright, that's awesome. So you can't see the cover, that's great, we'll stick with that. This is what I get for thinking, hey, I've got some natural light, let's use it. Anyway, here you go. The Star Wars Force Awakens. It's, I know not a lot of people have seen this film. It is a fairly low budget independent film. I wish it had gotten a wider release, and obviously it didn't make much money because of that. So it's a film about this girl called Rey, and she's lived a very isolated life on this desert planet called Jakku. I know it sounds weird, right? But she learns about this thing called the Force, and let's not continue with that charade. You know the film. You know I love the film. I'm almost tired of talking about it because I feel like I'm such a broken record. And if you want to hear me gushing about the film even more, go over to Will I Like It Reviews. Me and CP of that channel, we sat down and talked about the film in depth on his channel. Did a live stream. Was it last night? No, the night before. So go check it out. I'll put a link to his channel down below. Next up we have a couple of Steelbooks. The first one here is not actually mine, but it was my present to my fiancée Connie. Again, I seem to somehow be able to get away with these very Homer Simpson-like presents where I'm like, here you go, happy birthday! Can I now use this as well? Which wasn't the case. I knew she'd love this, and she did, and we got many hours of entertainment out of it. It is inside out, and the glare is unbelievable. Here we go. It's either that. I should probably hold it this way. Maybe that's better. Let's just do that on the fly. Let's change the seating arrangement. Let's just very awkwardly hobble over. We'll do that. That seems to be a bit more natural and easier to keep the glare off. We have the inside out Steelbook. This is from Italy. It was actually the only place I could find this Blu-ray where where am I going with this? It had all the discs, basically. To get all the bonus disc with all the special features, it was quite difficult to figure out where to get it, how to get it. There's many editions in the US. They got the 3D Collector's Edition, the 3D Ultimate Collector's Edition, and then you look at all the details, and then you go on Amazon, and it's like $40, but then there's another one that looks exactly the same, that's like $29, and one of them says it has 4 discs, one of them says it has 1 disc, you don't know which is which, and so I just went with this one, because it was reasonably priced, and it said it had all the discs, and it does. So we have the standard steelbook design, which I'm not a fan of really. I don't really think it suits the film at all. We have all the characters on the front, and they are embossed, which is kind of nice, but I just think the black front really does not do the film justice at all. On the back there, we got a really gorgeous piece. In fact, I think the one of the kind of like, in fact, a lot of it is embossed. All the characters and some of the background is embossed. See if we can get a little bit of light on it. It's going to be a bit difficult, really. What angle can we go? Oh, there we go. You can kind of see it there, the light shining off it. So you can see the embossing on that kind of DNA-like thing there. And we got the border as well. Open it up, and you got gorgeous inside artwork as well. I won't show you all of it, but a really nice, colourful image on the inside. And you get the 3 discs. You get the 3D Blu-ray, the Blu-ray of the film, and the Blu-ray of even more special features. The film itself is, I think, probably the best film of 2015. You know, even counting The Force Awakens in with that, I think it was absolutely phenomenal. Have I even talked about it? I don't think I've talked about it. Me and Connie actually sat down. We recorded a review of this film for a series that we were going to do called 20 Years of Pixar, and we are going to review all the Pixar films. We kind of just stopped, and so we filmed a review of this as soon as we saw it, and it's just never been posted. So yeah, anyway, the special features are fantastic. We've listened to the audio commentary, we've watched all the making of documentaries. It's all in Italian, so I can't even get any information off the back, but there's some great things on here. There's a great little featurette of the daughters of the composer and the director of the film. They make their own little documentary about their dad's process and stuff, which is kind of interesting and cool and different and unique, and all sorts of stuff about the making of the film, obviously. I'd love to see even more. You know, much in the case of The Force Awakens, which I've already said, I'd love to see even more about the making of this film, but there's a ton there to be had if you have the second bonus disc, and an amazing Blu-ray release, because the film looks stunning, and it's a fantastic film about, of course, if you didn't know, a young girl who moves to a different state in America. She moves away with her family and kind of leaves her old life behind, and she's struggling with that, and we see how she struggles with that through the 5 emotions inside her head, as represented by these 5 characters. So we have anger, sadness, joy, disgust, and fear. It's such a great idea. There's so many great simple ideas in it that just make it genius when you piece it all together. It is just, it's Pixar's best film. It really is. I know people are going to be like, Toy Story is amazing, but this is just, there is something so special about it that affected me in the cinema in a way I can't even begin to describe to you. It's an amazing film. Really is. You know, forget like, oh, it's just animation. No, it's an amazing film, full stop, and for me it's probably the best film in 2015. The next one I've shown before and I've talked about it enough. It is Last Action Hero, the amazing Xavier Steelbooks. So happy to have this release. One of my favourite films. Not like probably up there in top 20, 30 or anything like that, but it's, I just love this film so much. It's a great Steelbook release. And yeah, it's just one of those films that I thought that no one liked this film. But when I posted my unboxing of this, a lot of people chimed in, said they loved it too. It's a very love-hate film, it seems, but I adore this movie about Arnold Schwarzenegger playing a character in a movie, and a young kid goes into the movie, and it's very much a complete satire of the very movies that the director of this film made, like Predator and Die Hard and all that. And well, maybe not Die Hard, that's not one, but I mean the big over-the-top explosion-y action films with the cheesy one-liners. This is a complete satire of that, and maybe people don't understand that, but that's what's so brilliant about it to me, is that Arnold is completely sending himself up here in a fashion I've never seen anyone else really do, and it's not in an overbearing way either. Like, it's just, I don't know, when you look at the whole film after the fact, it's kind of like he's just completely ripping the shit out of himself there, and it's just, it's brilliant to see. And apart from that, I just think it's a really good fun, you know, action film as well. And I will say it again, Charles Dance in this is one of my favourite villains of all time. He's just so good in it. Even though he is playing the over-the-top 80s, 90s action, you know, movie villain, he excels at it in such a fun way, I think. This one I can talk about. I already put up a video about this. So again, I still feel like a broken record here. Goodfellas, picked this up the other day, watched it straight away, did a whole Friday Night Ritual movie vlog on it, which got a lot of good comments. I was really happy with the way that video was received, and so if you guys want to see more of the same, I'll definitely consider doing more of those kind of like looser, kind of just movie night vlogs. I really enjoyed watching this film. It is a fantastic film based on a true story about this gangster who grows up in this kind of mob lifestyle, and it tells his whole story from childhood, how he got drawn into the lifestyle and how he eventually, you know, came to an end with the lifestyle, and how, you know, how it all goes down. We've got a great cast of Robert De Niro, Ray Liotta, and Joe Pesci as the three kind of main figureheads of the film, and they are all standout performances. They're fantastic. Joe Pesci is incredible. He won the Oscar for Best Supporting Actor for this, and if you haven't seen his Oscar speech, you need to go and check it out now. He gets on stage and he says, oh, it's a privilege, thank you, and then he walks off. It's fucking brilliant. I love it. It's probably my favourite Oscar speech ever. Just, yeah, it's a privilege, thank you. Off he goes into the night with his Oscar. It's an amazing, amazing film. Really, I say it surprised me. It surprised me because Raging Bull was one that was built up to me as this amazing film. When I finally saw it, I thought, yeah, it's great, but it wasn't as great as I thought it was. And this one was as great as I thought it would be. It lived up to the hype, and I just absolutely adored it. It's a fantastic film with just incredible writing, direction, storytelling. Everything just all blends together to make a incredible cinematic experience of a true story, which is always even more compelling than fiction to me. Finally, we have three massive cinema titles. Of course, there has to be massive cinema in one of my updates. Two I picked up during the sale that went on. I think it was an Easter sale. I managed to just about get in there. I got two titles. I got Acatone and The Tarnished Angels. Acatone is a film by Pasolini. I have not seen any of his films, but I now own a shit ton of them. A director who is represented very well in the collection, as you can see behind me, all massive cinema. It is the debut feature of Italian filmmaker, novelist, poet, provocateur, Pier Paolo Pasolini. And yeah, there's plenty of his films are in the massive cinema collection I already own. And it says, on the mean streets of Rome, Acatone's eponymous pimp leads a hand-to-mouth existence on the very margins of society, prostituting, scrounging, exploiting. When his prized prostitute is arrested and jailed, the pimp's fortunes dwindle and he is forced to confront his own existence. Sounds very interesting. Italian film from 1961, and one that will of course feature in my Masters of Cinema Marathon series, which is going to be a labour of love in which I will go through every one of these titles, at least in the first 100 titles in the collection, and of which number 2 is coming this week. And then we have The Tarnished Angels, I believe is a Rock Hudson film, yes, directed by Douglas Sirk. This is from 1957. Rock Hudson stars as a journalist who's fascinated by the sordid lives of a trio eking out a living in carnival circuit daredevil air shows. A former World War I fighter pilot forced into races and parachute routines with the help of his wife and a faithful mechanic. Sounds very interesting. You know, I just wholeheartedly trust Eureka and the titles they choose to include in their Masters of Cinema collection. I've yet to be disappointed by one. The lowest I've ever given a Masters of Cinema released film is a 7, and so that says a lot, I think. I just love, I've talked about it before, let's not get into it. I'm a big fan of Masters of Cinema, we all know this, let's just get past it. And yeah, so this is 2 more for the, you know, the pre-Spine number 100 collection. As you can see, I have so many behind me, and then they're all piling up, stacking up there in the background as well. I now have 3 titles left, 3 of these left to pick up, and I will have Spine number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, all the way up to 100, and beyond even. I have a few past number 100, but yeah, that has been like a dream of mine for the past few years, and it's within my grasp. It really is. So 3 more to go, and I'll be making a huge video probably going through them all, and even though I haven't seen them all, maybe I won't. I probably won't do that actually, because I've already done the I did a 4-part video showing off all the ones I had at the time, and so there's no point doing it. But I'll probably make a video just saying, hey, I got to 100, and maybe lining them all out on the floor or something like that. I don't know. But yeah, I'm very happy to be, as they said on the back, eking towards completing the first 100 titles in the collection, and moving beyond that. There's some fantastic releases coming up from Eureka that I'm so excited about. The Buster Keaton box set. Yeah, see that one there that I put in the last update? They're upgrading it. What did I say? Anyway, that's coming out. There's the early Murnau box set coming out. There's The Last Command, another silent film coming out. It's shaping up to be a great year for silent cinema with those 2 box sets I just mentioned. The Last Command coming out. Napoleon is coming out from BFI this year as well. Cannot wait for that. Holy shit. And then this one, which is a brand new release, and the last in this update, Man with a Movie Camera, and other works by, I don't know how to pronounce his name, Dzigo Vertov. I'll give it a shot. And this is an incredible set. I feel truly bad that I bought this because I picked it up from Amazon, and the story is I think that this was set to retail at around $29.99, something like that. HMV, their store, listed it as £15, and people kind of speculated maybe it was a pricing error. Amazon matched the price to £15, $14.99, so I pre-ordered it. And because I'm in Norway, it takes off the value, the VAT, the value added tax. And so this came to about £12.50 without shipping. I just feel like I almost stole this. You know, it's a gorgeous set. The box itself, the outer slipcase, is not as sturdy and thick as the usual massive cinema box sets, like say the Joan of Arc one, which I think Mel Brooks' head is covering right now. But I'm so glad it also turned up in great condition. I'm going to open it and do an unboxing video briefly. After I film this video, and I don't know when that'll go up. You might have already seen it, and it is spine number 134 in the collection. There's the spine there, and it has 2 Amaray cases inside and a 100-page book. I mean, that's the thing, I paid £12 for a brand new release with it's a box set. It has a 100-page book in it. It has 2 Amaray cases with 4 discs, 2 Blu-rays, 2 DVDs, 5 films, audio commentary on the main film, an exclusive lengthy video interview, a video essay. It's just, I do feel like I've stole this, I really do. The price is just ridiculous, but I mean, hey, I was happy to pay it, right? I love the artwork, and if you want to see more, I'll be doing an unboxing video and showing you the cases and stuff like that. Now this film, I would love to just put on right now. I mean, it's only like, what, 69 minutes, something like that? Doesn't say on the back lists all 5 films included. It kind of gives you a look at basically the guy's career before and after Man with a Movie Camera, which is, of course, is the main film in the set. But it goes back to 1924, I believe, and then up to 1934, so his films with sound as well. So I like that. I like that they're presenting this classic movie and also giving you films that the director made before and after. That's a very interesting concept that I can definitely get behind. It looks like another fantastic release from Eureka, obviously, and being a silent film fan, I cannot wait to watch it, but I will be saving this for silent movie. I almost said silent film marathon. Ian, you're getting into my head. You're getting into my head, man. Silent movie marathon 3. I will be featuring this extensively and talking about it. So I cannot wait. And yeah, it's just a gorgeous set. Gorgeous set. Really, ooh. Almost dropped it there. I caught it. There you go. Not much this time, but you know, these things. You know, I'm not really. I mean, if I had all the money in the world, don't get me wrong. There's a shit ton I'd be buying, but you got to be selective. And so there we go. There's a nice little pile there of films. Some good quality stuff. You know, you got the height of blockbuster entertainment with The Force Awakens. You got a good classic with Goodfellas, and then world cinema, silent cinema, cheesy 90s action with Last Action Hero, and then one of the best films of 2015, Inside Out. So there we go. Should we take the thumbnail now? Shall I be surprised by these Blu-rays? No, I'm not going to be surprised by these Blu-rays for the thumbnail. Just, you know, just get a good angle, and that's a forced smile, isn't it? What can we do? That's still surprised, isn't it? That's still surprised. No, that's kind of perplexed. That's kind of mildly surprised. I don't know what to do for the thumbnail now. Right, Let's just hold it up there, and get some good lighting on my face, and right, and scene. That's alright, it's still a level of surprise, but we will take that and we will use it. And thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.
So you might say he's a really nice guy, really, but if fucking don't cut shit with me. He says he's really cool, but I think he's a tool.